Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Janis, the host of the Morning Brief. And today I wanted to chat about the art of selling. Now, here's a disclaimer for you. I am not, and I'm going to repeat, I am not an expert at selling, but I am an expert at what I do. And how does that make sense? And how does that evolve into this topic of conversation? The bottom line is, I'm not going to sell something to you. I want to first and foremost share what I'm passionate about, what I am passionate about. And if what I am doing does resonate with you, then that's awesome. Let's have that conversation, which is why I offer free consultations. As some of you may know, I am a virtual assistant, a podcast manager, podcast host, creative project management guru, and diva. I love saying those words, guru and diva. I am that passionate about what I do. So for me, the art of selling is not selling. It's sharing, being authentically real. And as a byproduct of that, if what I have to offer is something that you are looking for, then there's that exchange of energy. So I want to welcome everyone that is listening through the Wisdom app. Thank you all so much for being here today. Excuse me. This is the Morning Brief with Janis. So I'm curious to know from my listeners on Wisdom, how do you feel about the art of selling? Sometimes when you hear the art of selling, I know, for instance, being involved with a direct marketing company, sales, maybe for some people it's uncomfortable and it feels spammy, but it's really about making that connection. And that's where typically the magic happens. So for instance, for those of you who may not know this, I am also a promoter with Thrive by Lavelle. I don't sell the product. I share the product because I am that passionate about this product. And the art of selling is about, first and foremost, as I said, making that connection. I love sharing what I'm passionate about. Some people like to share the most, they go to a restaurant, they share that. Think of it in terms of that. And if you can be authentic, be real, create a duplication, no matter what type of business you are in, how good is that? You're able to support yourself, support your family. You're able to give to your community in such a way. So welcome everyone From Wisdom. Welcome everybody on Facebook. Thank you all so much for being here. This is the Morning Brief with Janis, and I am chatting about, excuse me, the art of selling. And I want to welcome my listeners on the Wisdom app and encourage you, the listeners, if you would like to come up and share how you feel about the art of selling. How has that impacted your life? This would be a great time for you to showcase your business. What is happening in your world today? I will, just to let you know, quick update, I will be back on the Wisdom app at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I am doing an amazing podcast with stories that inspire us with Christy and Rick Diamond. They, long story short with them, obviously a married couple that have created a marriage boot camp kind of getaway situation. So I'm really excited to have that conversation with them. And they are excited to share what they're passionate about. And, I just think of all the married couples that they've, coached and helped along the way. And I think, my gosh, how amazing is that? So welcome to the Morning Brief. This is the art of selling. How many of you have received spammy sales messages? It's almost like receiving those telephone calls from a call center. It just doesn't align. It just doesn't feel right. And that's why I don't like selling. So welcome everyone on the Wisdom app. And I'm also curious to know, if you were to get involved, let's say maybe you have an online business, how would you market yourself? Would you be selling, like going strictly for the sale, or do you create that connection first, nurture the conversation, and then if they are interested or curious to find out more about you, how do you handle that aspect of your business? It's about making that connection. And that's what I am all about. And obviously very passionate about what I do. I love having these conversations, have the 3 podcasts that I host. And it's amazing through these conversations that you learn so much. You're able to provide a connection. You're able to provide a way for other people to find out about different services and what's out there in the world. So I welcome any of my listeners that are on the Wisdom app right now to come up, and I see some familiar names and faces. So welcome to all of you for being here today. This is the morning brief, the art of selling. I love podcasting, obviously, right? And, the Two Sisters podcast, this podcast, Truly Your VA, the morning brief that I hold on Wisdom. And of course, the stories that inspire us, the author series is so amazing. It's amazing to have these conversations, but more importantly, to make those connections. And it's been a way for me to organically grow my virtual assistant business by doing these podcasts. There's always that connection of, how can I help that person achieve something in their business? I love being able to help in such a way that I can answer questions or maybe provide additional information, or maybe direct them to somebody else who can help them with a specific task. That's what it's all about. Let's think of the art of selling as the way to make the connection to help others. Have you been able to organically grow your business through your connections? How has that affected your life in general? Have you made friends through that? I still have, through all of my different connections, I still have many people that have reached out. Hey, can you help me? Do you have a few minutes to help me with this? And I love that. Of course, I want to help them. The connection further will happen, and as a result, I've had many podcast guests that have said, oh my gosh, I know a couple friends that are looking for a VA. May I refer them to you? That's the beauty of making the collaboration and the connection. So welcome to the morning brief. I want to welcome everyone that is listening through the Wisdom app and would invite you to come up on stage. Let's have that conversation. How do you feel about the art of selling? Are you maybe afraid to eventually ask for the sale? And how does all that transpire? Well, first and foremost, as I said, I do offer free consultations, whether it's for podcast VA services or podcast manager services. And of course, through being a VA in general, excuse me, maybe you have a very specific project in mind. And it's really important from what I do to step into that role of what project or event you are trying to work on, how best I can serve you. It's about stepping into that role in such a way, because a lot of times many entrepreneurs, especially working from home, and if you have, children that also that you have to take care of, you have a lot going on and it's overwhelming and it can be very stressful. So how can you ease that stress? How can you effectively manage your time in such a way that affords you the time to actually work on your business and not deal with all the mundane details of your day-to-day business? And that's what I love to do. We have that conversation in the free consultation. And I suggest at the end of it, of course, we have that conversation. I suggest different packages that may work out well for them. And that's the beauty of making that connection. Because number one, I don't sell, I share. And if what I've given you through that consultation has added value with you and you want to work with me further, well, how good is that? I mean, that is the beauty of what I love to do. So what do you love to do? Do you like to make that connection? Has making that connection at times been a little afraid? I'm not gonna lie to you. In many respects, it's been a fear of mine that I've had to work through. But as I shared with somebody yesterday on their free consultation, I am not taking my foot off the gas pedal. It's full throttle ahead. There's so many people out there that I want to help. Obviously, I can't help everyone. And for instance, the viewers and listeners through the Wisdom app today, I may not be the right person for you. And if I am not, I will let you know that. But the beauty of that connection right then and there is that I can refer you to somebody who can help you. That's the beauty of the art. Perhaps the title of this should be The Art of Unselling, the Art of the Connection. Who knows? Welcome everyone on the Wisdom app. I see we have more listeners on, so I want to thank you so much for being here today, and would welcome any of the listeners on Wisdom to come up and let's have that chat about the art of selling, or maybe it's the art of unselling. Maybe it's the art of the connection. So I'll give it just another moment, and I will be back on, excuse me, at 2 p.m. Eastern time for the Stories That Inspire Us podcast with Christy and Rick Diamond. And this is the morning brief with Janis. As you all know, I'm a virtual assistant, podcast manager, podcast host, creative project management solver. And it's about the art of the connection. Thank you all so much for being here today. I will be back on this afternoon on the Wisdom app and also on the Stories That Inspire Us Facebook page. Remember, if you have a project, you don't know where to go with it, maybe you're just thinking about hiring a VA or hiring a podcast VA. I do offer those free consultations. Send me a direct message, or if you're on the Wisdom app, of course, through the back channel, and I would be happy to send you my calendar link. Have a great day, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Actually, this afternoon at 2 o'clock. There we go. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Hey, Facebook friends, Truly Your VA. This is Janice. Thank you so much for being here today and allowing me to share what I am passionate about. This is so amazing to be able to share all the goodness that is around us. Remember, you have a story. I want to hear it, business related or otherwise. Do you have a project? Let's get that conversation going. Thank you so much for being here today. Bye for now.